So welcome back to Sipping with M&T. I'm Maria.
I'm Tracie.
And today, what are we drinking?
Today we are drinking mimosas.
Because it's Sunday.
Cheers to Sundays.
Yeah. Cheers to you having to go back to work tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Thanks, Maria. Buzzkill.
Mm-hmm.
So we're drinking with our orange juice. We're drinking orange juice. This is Simply Orange. Stella Rosa Prosecco.
Which is pretty good. I didn't know they made a Prosecco.
We like
I
it.
really like it.
With our mimosas.
Yeah. So today's video is going to be about becoming first-time parents. And this is our first actual parent video. We've done a stay-at-home parent video, and we wanted to hold off doing an actual parent video because we wanted to do a bunch of woman topics first, because we wanted to kind of make it a point that even though we're still parents, and that's basically what most of our daily life consists of, is being a parent, being a mom. And we wanted to show that we're still us. We're still who we are. We're not just moms.
We're people aside from parents.
Mm-hmm. So it's easy to get lost, especially when it's your first time and you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's easy to get consumed by that and kind of forget who you are as a person, as an individual. We'll be doing more of them. Because I said, that's mainly what our life consists of. Motherhood.
Yeah. It's a big, huge chunk of it.
Mm-hmm. All day, every day. No breaks. So we just want to talk a little bit about, when should you start a family? When's the right time to start trying having babies?
I was 21 when I got married, and I always thought, my whole life, I thought, oh, I'll have a baby when I'm 25. I never even thought about whether or not there would be a guy I'd be in a serious relationship. I didn't really think that far. I thought, I want to have a baby when I'm 25. And then I got married. My whole life I thought, I want 6 kids.
You're nuts.
Until I had one, and then I was unsure if I even wanted more than one. Mm-hmm. And even before we started trying, I was afraid. I was but my husband was the one. He really wanted to start a family. He was ready. He's like, let's do this. And I was just like, okay. So I was scared, but we did it.
There's always this talk about, when is the right time? Is it, when you finish school, when you have your career, when you have a house, once you're married? I mean, there's all these social checkpoints you're supposed to make before the right time.
Yeah.
And honestly, it just really depends on you and where you're at in your life, career-wise. And it's different for women because we're the ones having them. So
yeah, a
man could be ready, he still has, the responsibility of becoming a father, but it's different for women,
On the physical side.
On the physical side, yeah.
The emotional side.
Mm-hmm.
Our hormones, it's all different for us. The experience is very different.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different when planning when you're a woman, especially if you're career-driven. That one's going to have its own topic, its own video later. So I'm a planner. And me and my husband were planning out everything. We weren't married yet. I had just landed a job that I was very happy with. I worked really hard to get. And so we said, okay, a year from now, we're going to have our wedding. And then we're going to start trying for a baby right away. And then I got pregnant. And I was worried I was going to lose my job. And that's exactly what ended up happening. But not only that, we're like, crap. Well, what about our wedding? So we talked about it and we said, you know what, screw it. If we don't get married now, we're just going to keep putting it off later once our son's here. So we went to Vegas, planned our wedding in a month, got married while I was pregnant. That's how I roll.
She was cute. She was a cute pregnant bride too.
Cute. My little thumb. Things don't always go as planned, but things happen when they're meant to. So I was feeling a little nervous about the fact that things weren't going as planned, especially with the baby. I mean, that's a big thing. And I had a coworker of mine tell me that, she did everything right, to the book, went to school, got a career, got married, bought a house, and then they tried, had a baby, and she said, you know what? And they almost broke up their first year when their baby was born. And she said, it doesn't matter how prepared you are,
you're never
really ready.
for children. You You don't realize how stressful, you'll never understand how stressful it is until you have the baby, and you don't realize how much of a strain. You could love your spouse or significant other to the moon and back with all of your heart and soul, and you don't know what a child is going to do to that relationship. You have no idea until it happens.
But yeah, so nothing really fully prepares you for it. You can try and get mentally as prepared as possible, but you never really know what to expect with your pregnancy, with your labor. Once you have your baby, just know that it will test you. Having a baby will test your body, your mind, your relationships with your family, with your significant other,
your
friends, yourself. Just going and knowing you have to be ready for anything.
Be prepared for nothing.
Yeah,
prepare yourself for nothing.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's like,
or both.
It's like going bungee jumping. Just close your eyes and plunge.
So sometimes you may think that your baby will be calm, because me and my husband both are pretty relaxed people, and everyone thought that we were going to have such a good baby, like a calm baby. They would be like the both of us. And no, that didn't happen. Our son, he didn't like to sleep that much. He didn't like the car. He would scream the minute he got into his car seat.
My son too. We didn't go anywhere for like a year.
Yeah.
Literally a year, because our son, he was screaming bloody murder. Not that, don't want to go anywhere like that. By the time we get there,
you're stressed.
Yeah. And then you just dreading going home because it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
We just didn't go anywhere. It just wasn't worth it.
They did get over it. Like mine got over it around a year old.
Yeah.
And then he was fine after that. He was just such a difficult baby. And my daughter, she loved to sleep. We would be in the living room watching TV, and she'd be laying on the couch, and all of a sudden we'd turn and she'd be asleep. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's sleeping. I love her. She would always take naps. She would always sleep normally for long periods of time. So it was just a lot less stressful.
That gives me hope that my next one will be like that, because I had a crazy baby.
Yeah, but
he had colic.
Yeah, he had colic. That's awful.
Luckily, our babies were born healthy, and that's not always the case. I know we had a scare for a moment there. They thought my son had fluid in his brain. We didn't. The tech just took incorrect photos of his skull. Thanks, tech. Scaring the bejesus out of us. But not saying we wouldn't have, loved our son if, he was born with a condition or anything like that. But that's still scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's still something that's going to stress you out, and it's okay. And don't let people make you feel bad. Like you shouldn't care if they're going to be born with a condition or not. Don't let people make you feel bad. It's okay to feel worried. It's okay. It's the health of your baby. You want them to be okay.
They have those tests now when you're pregnant to figure out if maybe they might have some kind of syndrome or whatever, like Down syndrome. And people will ask you, well, why do you care? Why do you need that test? Because it's good to be prepared. It's always good to be prepared for something like that. Doesn't mean you're going to love them any less. It's just something you want to know about. You can read up on it. You can research it.
Find other moms that through the same thing.
Find some kind of support group, and you guys can lean on each other.
Be as prepared as you possibly can in these kind of situations.
Exactly. So a lot of people will ask us, oh, we're thinking about having kids, or not ask us, but say, oh, we're thinking about having kids. And me and my husband always say, don't do it. When we have our 2 kids running around and like they're
creating mayhem.
Yeah, they're practically our whole lives. But we only say that. We love our kids, love, 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 but we cannot imagine our lives without them. But they change everything. If you decide that that's not for you, you don't want to give up your freedom, that's okay.
It's okay.
There is nothing wrong with that. So that's why we just tell them don't do it, so that they think about it. Like, well, why shouldn't we do it? This is why.
Here's all the reasons why.
And at the end of the day, if you decide that you can sacrifice all those things, so be it. Then maybe you should have some.
Then welcome to the club.
Yeah.
We're sorry. And I hate when people make it seem like you're selfish. If you are thinking about not having kids or leaning towards not having kids, you're not selfish. You're not. If anything, you're you're being the opposite. You're being honest with yourself, and you're not going to bring a baby into this world that you don't really want.
Yeah.
That's selfish.
You have a serious relationship, and the next step is engagement. The next step is marriage. The next step is living together, or in any of that order, and whatever order. And the next step is having kids. Just because people do it doesn't mean you have to.
If you feel like having a kid, take someone's kids for a day.
Yeah.
And then bring them back. You'll be like, whew.
Take mine.
And if you change your mind later, there's always adoption.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's plenty of kids that need home. I'd be open to adoption. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a third baby. I just don't physically want to have a third baby.
My second was unexpected, so I definitely don't want a third. But we did consider adoption when it was taking a long time to have the first, because after about over a year, we were like, well, maybe we can't have babies. And then we considered adoption, but we ended up doing it, getting pregnant. So
it's a great option. And if you do end up deciding to have a family, or if you have a family by accident, because that happens too,
all the time.
You just need to, everything else gets put aside. I mean, your babies really do need to become your priority, because, you know, at the end of the day, they didn't ask to be born. You just need to understand that it's a permanent thing, and everything else comes second. Your babies are your first priority, and that comes in a lot of different forms, whether that's having to change careers, having to stay home for a period of time, having to go back to school, having to work 2 jobs. Anything and everything you do becomes for them.
And another thing you should keep in mind is that there is no perfect parent.
Nope.
You're going to make mistakes.
Yep.
We make mistakes. My son is 7 years old, and I still make mistakes. So you're going to learn from them. You take it in stride, and you learn from your mistakes.
You see it all the time. Oh, what the perfect parent is or supposed to look like. You're supposed to be like, it's crap. It's not real. You know, whenever I'm having a bad day, a bad parenting day, and I'm like, okay, there's always tomorrow. You're not going to win them all. And I think, honestly, it never gets easier. The challenges just change as they get older.
And I find that if you call your other parent friends and tell them your woes, they'll have stories for you. Like, oh, let me tell you about this time I did this. They're there so that you know you're not alone. You are not alone in this. And lots of parents experience the crap days and the mistakes. And so, you know, find that parent you can talk to about these things. It helps a lot.
You need to have positive people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Positive. No negative Nancy's. No, you're doing this wrong. No, you shouldn't do this. And positive people only. Only people that are going to support you and help you grow. And all the more reason why be friends with someone who's also different from you. Yeah. You know, and learn stuff from each other. I think the hardest part about being a parent, I think it's the hardest and the best part, and it's basically how much you'll just love your babies and your children. And this is the kind of love that consumes you. It changes you. Yeah, once you're a parent, you evolve, I guess. You adapt.
You're not going to be the same person you were before you had that baby.
Mm-hmm.
They'll change your life.
Forever.
A quote that we love by Mother Teresa is, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And the world is ugly. It's an ugly world, especially right now. It seems to be getting just uglier and uglier. And the best thing to do is just love your family. Show them love so that they can go out into the world and show them love. I think it starts from them. It starts from within the home. That's where they learn everything. They learn how to act, how to be with people.
Starts
from
in the womb.
It probably does start in the womb. They can hear things.
Yeah.
They hear the way that you talk to people.
They hear your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Aww. Yeah.
Show your kids how to be good people. Mm-hmm. That'll change the world.
Yes. And like I said, no matter what kind of parent you are, or, you know, whatever mistakes you've made, or your situation at home, whatever it is, at the end of the day, that's all you need to do is love your babies and love them hard and show them that everything you do is really for them. And when they grow up, they'll see that. So that is our parenting video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you took something out of it. Hopefully it helps you with your babies now, or if you're thinking about having babies, or unless this video has officially made you decide you don't want kids.
Yeah.
Let us know some of your parenting experiences or mistakes or lessons. Let us know.
And if you haven't checked out our last video, which was glamping in El Mirage, we did a little vlog. We'll go ahead and link that below, and follow us on social media. It's all at Sippin with M&T. And like, share, and subscribe, all of the above. And hopefully we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You can do the outro.
Okay. That was nice.
I'm going to put that in the intro.
Do it. I ain't got no shame. Okay.